Good afternoon, Yvonne, Trevor Mbija and Safino Cheng from the Communications Center. This is the National Tallying Center of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, and it's where the President of the Republic of Kenya will be declared winner. But before that, there is a clearly stipulated process by the Constitution as to how that comes into effect. And this National Tallying Center is coming to life. Yesterday, there wasn't much activity because it was polling day when Kenyans took to the more than 46,229 polling stations across the country. So let's begin with table number 1 here, and just what happens in terms of just clarifications and elaborating for the Kenyan people, educating them as to what happens. Now, this seat is a preserve of the returning officer or returning officers from across the 290 constituencies. You have to add 1 and 291 because there's a returning officer from the diaspora voters who will be exercising their vote. And according to the poll commission, the Kenyan people have come out in countries like the United Kingdom, the United States of America, the United Arab Emirates, and other countries in the East African region. These 2 seats and the 2 over there will represent the 4 presidential candidates who have been cleared by the poll commission IEBC. In this case, they will be the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Political Party, presidential flag bearer Raila Odinga, the Kenya Kwanza Alliance or the UDA, Dr. William Ruto. You will have the Agano Party presidential candidate Wahiga David Mwaure and Professor George Lushiri Wajakoya of the Roots Party. And here will be the IEBC staff. What they will be doing here, in essence, is they will be verifying the Form 34S physically. The returning officer here will bring his from the constituency that he represents, and they will be verifying, counter-checking whether the numbers are true as to how they have been relayed through the online transmission. And as of now, 44,501 of 46,229 Form 34As have been relayed through the online transmission for the poll commission IEBC. That will be the verification exercise happening here, and you can see the National Tallying Center is now coming to life. So it isn't going to be a one-off exercise. So what happens next is going to be across this very crucial desk, and here are the coordinators. So what they will be doing more or less is verify what happened over there, and then of utmost importance is the security feature that the papers do bear according to the printout by the Greek firm Inform Lycos. And that is a very crucial step because the security features on the Form 34As are very, very important. Thereafter then, Yvonne, Trevor and Safin, the returning officer after the coordinator's desk, will be presenting that form which has been substantiated, authenticated, and he will be presenting the same to the national returning officer, who is the returning officer for the presidential election. That is the commission's chairperson, Wafula Chebukati, who will be then announcing the results from the constituency as per the presentation of the report by the returning officers from across the 290 constituencies in the country, and one therefore becoming mathematically 291 because Kenyans have equally voted in the United Arab Emirates, in the United Kingdom, in the United States of America, in Canada, in the United Kingdom, in Burundi, in South Sudan, in Uganda, and largely the East African region, for they are bearers of the sovereign power that the Constitution of Kenya gives them under Article 1, and therefore delegating that power to the next batch of leadership who will be governing over them, a tenure that will expire on the 8th of August, 5 years from now, in 2027. And Yvonne, Safin and Trevor, that is largely what's happening here. Therefore, we expect this National Tallying Center to be coming to life more because yesterday it wasn't as busy as it is today, and we expect tomorrow and thereafter to be even more busier because the returning officers will be jetting to Nairobi, and depending on the proximity from the National Tallying Center, you have the farther points like in Mandera County, in the county of Migori, you have Lamu, you have Kakamega, and therefore the congregation here will be of utmost significance. And once they are done, then their responsibility ends there. And Wafula Chebukati, the national returning officer for the presidential election, will then announce the president-elect of the Republic of Kenya. And then you have to also understand that the commission has a 7-day time frame constitutionally to declare the president, meaning that date falls on the 15th of August this year. Until then, they have that leeway, the wiggle room to authenticate, to verify and ensure everything is in order, bearing in mind, and you can vividly many Kenyans do, that the Supreme Court in 2017 cited that the Commission had committed illegalities and irregularities in the conduction of the presidential election, ordering for a repeat election which happened on the 26th of October 2017, and in which President Uhuru Kenyatta won after the opposition National Super Alliance presidential flag bearer Raila Odinga had boycotted the process then 5 years ago. That is in a nutshell what's happening, and we'll be, of course, keeping our viewers updated from the National Tallying Center here at the Bomas of Kenya. So far, no citation of the commissioners, Wafula Chebukati, Professor Abdi Yakub Gulie, Boya Molo, Irene Masit, the Vice Chairperson Juliana Cherera, Francis Wanderi, and others. But we have seen, and the presence of stakeholders, including observers from the European Union, a critical player for the country in terms of support that it had offered with regards to the military and diplomatic leverage Kenya enjoys in the region, including the support for the Kenya Defense Forces and also the United Kingdom and the High Commissioner who represents the country here, who we had spoken to, and will be catching up with her later in the day or the day after, as observers here are camping, including representatives of political parties, the presidential candidates' family and friends, observers from the European Union and the African Union. And you can recall the EAC, the East African Region Mission, or the Observer Mission, is led by former Tanzanian President Jakaya Kikwete, who was a key ingredient in the 2008 Serena talks, months after the post-election skirmishes that engulfed the country following the disputed presidential poll in 2007, leading to the formation of the Grand Coalition government then, which President Mwai Kibaki, the late, and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga led, and a tenure expiring in 2013, or expired in 2013. That's so far the latest from here, the National Tallying Center. Yvonne, Trevor, and Safin, back to you in studio.